What are you doing? Get away from my stuff. You can't chew on those. No, you can't sneak in the backside either. What are you guys doing? Trying to come around the backside again? Nope, nope, nope. Well, these guys have been just like this, constantly sneaking as close as they can go. For the whole time I've been packing up, I've been throwing sticks at them, doing everything. They don't care. They come right back. 15 after 6 somewhere. Finally getting out of camp. It took us longer to keep the deer away because they were trying to chew on everything. Coming right up to the guy lines, and they didn't care. And so that was an experience. One of the comments on camping at this place says, "You will get mugged." The deer are going to show up. So I'm glad I was an early riser and at least didn't have to, you know, wake up to them being all around the outside chewing on everything. So far, this morning's walk has been a pleasant relief from all of the big blowdowns and snow. And it's mostly just little blowdowns and a few overgrown parts, but I'll take that. Now, thankfully, all of these are small, but you can see the trail goes back up that way, and the trail goes this way. So, doing a lot of log hopping, but it's really not bad. This has been a tangle of blowdowns and overgrown. The trail is just up ahead. It's in here somewhere, but there's nowhere you can see it. So you just got to keep fighting through the brush until we get back to it. So fighting around the blowdowns got me considerably down the mountain. I had to go straight up, bushwhacking through Manzanita to get back to the trail. Wasn't that far off it, but it was, you know, doing 50 yards straight up on blowdowns and soft burn zone soil. Not the most fun. Glad to be back on trail. Hello, buddy. I'm just using the trail. I'll be out of your way in a second. Okay, so scrambled back up the mountain. And then I noticed I was covering the same trail. So, got back to the point where all the blowdowns were. And before I did anything, I looked left. And there was a cut of a switchback down the hill. So basically all the blowdowns had covered up the switchback. And I was wading out into something that wasn't trail, which is why it was really hard. And then climbing back up the mountain through it all. And it was really unnecessary. Was bragging on the downhill, but then we took a right turn and it's been mostly blowdowns like this the whole way. There's the dirt road you could take to make it easier. If it gets too bad, I'll drop down, but I think so far so good. Oh, almost stepped in that. More bears. You know, the whole trail has logs across it all the way. That big fellow was fun to get around on this steep slope that the ground just disintegrates under you. Well, I'm running into a lot more blowdowns than I had hoped. And it's slowing me down a little bit. This big blowdown required a creative solution because I couldn't really get under it. It's very slick and goes way down there. So it was about upper chest height on me. So I reached over and grabbed the first lip inside that lightning strike, and then boosted myself up and grabbed the other side, hung there with the feet dangling until I could swing my feet over. Yeah, you come up with all kinds of creative solution to a big deadfall. That one goes all the way down the mountain. But they just carved a notch and you walk straight. So I tried to test the rock hop. Those rocks are super slick. So I just waded through the easy part, kept it safe. Now I'd like to sit down here, but there are a lot of mosquitoes. They show up quick. So I'll get a little farther away from this stream. Just filled up the water bottle and dunked my shirt and wrung it out in that ice cold water. It's refreshing and hopefully it gets the salt out. Descended enough to now get back in the poison oak and the berry bushes. There's poison oak all along here. I better be careful. Glad I was wearing pants because I definitely ran into the first bit of it without realizing. I have to be careful now. Get these pants washed. Look at the base of these trees, you'd swear they were charred and dead. When you look up at the top, they're alive and thriving. Well, blowdowns got fewer, but the poison oak got thick. It was in the overgrowth, on the overgrown trail. So I'm sure that the fast hikers that were ahead of me, that were making miles, they're gonna be covered in it. Because if you were just blowing through that, there's a lot of poison oak in there. I know I've got some on my pants right now. So when I get to camp, I'm gonna try to take them off with gloves and isolate them in a laundry and make sure that they get washed and I don't handle them and get the oil elsewhere. And hopefully the oil will stay on the outside of the pants. By the way, a big advantage of wearing pants, right? And as I was crossing the bridge back there, I was talking to a guy doing trail maintenance, and he said there are no more blowdowns all the way from here to Syed Valley. Oh, that is good news. There's lots of fresh sawdust. They've been cutting the big ones and letting them fall down the mountain, which is great. I need to make it. I have many miles of trail to work on in that regard. There's a nice madrone tree. I got really lucky and I ran into a trail maintainer named Jeff on the trail who had just taken out a bunch of the big trees that were up there. Made it a lot easier the last few miles to the campground where I was going to stay. And he walked out with me, and as we were walking, he said, well, I do host hikers at my home from time to time if you'd like to come out and stay. So how about that? Here I am in the guest bedroom, and we're in his beautiful log home overlooking the Klamath River. And he just gave me a double-decker ham and cheese sandwich, and I'm getting ready to rest a little bit. Things are charging, laundry's in, got me some loaner clothes. So I'm in really good shape here, and I'm gonna go ahead and take a zero because I'm pretty darn beat up, joint-wise, connective tissue-wise, and my legs have seen better days after all of the blowdown navigation. And the mountain mosquitoes have left giant welts on my legs, and I think I got a couple of spider bites on my hip, so it's an adventure. So I'll finish out today and then tomorrow here to rest before continuing on. And what he's agreed to do is drop me off at the trailhead where he picked me up, and I'll just hike the 6 miles into Said Valley and resupply, and then hike up the mountain. So in this case, everything worked out. I couldn't have asked for a better outcome or nicer people. So Jeff and Becky, thank you very much. And everybody else, thanks for hiking with me. And remember, we're doing the impossible. That makes us mighty.